This chapter about quadrilaterals is really interesting. In the first video, we recapitulated what quadrilaterals are, their basic terms, and also their angle sum property. And I had promised you that we will be discussing the different types of quadrilaterals today. You know what they say, one should never delay in fulfilling their promises. So let's begin right away. Well, the last video taught us that any closed figure bound by 4 line segments is a quadrilateral. So, this one's a quadrilateral, this one's a quadrilateral, this one's a quadrilateral, and even this one's a quadrilateral. But if you just think about it, you already know these quadrilaterals, right? Observing the recognizable properties, one can easily say that this one's a parallelogram, this one's a trapezium, and this one's a kite. But what about this quadrilateral? Is there anything special about this one? Well, it doesn't seem like it, right? So, such a quadrilateral having no recognizable property is called a general quadrilateral. Poor quadrilateral being generalized. Now, a quadrilateral that is not general is a special quadrilateral. Isn't that obvious? So basically, quadrilaterals having recognizable properties are called special quadrilaterals. So, parallelograms, trapeziums, kites, rectangles, squares, rhombuses all come under special quadrilaterals. But what do each of these quadrilaterals have that makes them so special? Don't remember? No worries. Let's recapitulate. We'll begin with a trapezium. Now, you already know that a trapezium is just a quadrilateral having one pair of parallel sides. Like this one's a trapezium because these two sides are parallel. Similarly, this one's a trapezium and so is this one. However, this trapezium is a little different from these two. It is because the two non-parallel sides here are equal. Two sides equal. Reminds me of an isosceles triangle. This one's actually called an isosceles trapezium. So basically, trapeziums having non-parallel sides equal are called isosceles trapeziums. Now, what about these two? Well, none of the sides are equal here. And if you think about it, triangles having no sides equal are called scalene triangles. Similarly, trapeziums having no sides equal are called scalene trapeziums. So, we just saw that trapeziums are just quadrilaterals having one pair of opposite sides parallel. Now, quadrilaterals having not one but both pairs of opposite sides parallel are called parallelograms. This one's a pretty recognizable figure, isn't it? Now, an important consequence of having both pairs of opposite sides parallel is that the parallel sides are always equal. Try making a quadrilateral where both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. You will see that each time the parallel sides would be equal. So, all of these are called parallelograms. Now, if we scrutinize a rectangle, we can see that here too the opposite sides are equal and parallel. Thus, it's easy to conclude that a rectangle is also a parallelogram. We know that, right? We also know that each interior angle of a rectangle is a right angle. So basically, a rectangle is a parallelogram where each interior angle is a right angle. Now, if you think about it, a square is also a parallelogram where each interior angle is a right angle. Hence, a square is also a rectangle. But are all rectangles squares? No, only those with equal sides. So, summarizing, squares are parallelograms where each interior angle is a right angle and where all the sides are equal. Now, what do you think would happen if we take a square and push it to change its angles? Let's try. Voila! we get a rhombus. Don't act surprised. You already knew this one. Now, it's pretty evident that the opposite sides here are equal and parallel. So, this one's also a parallelogram. So basically, a rhombus is a parallelogram having all its sides equal. But we just studied that a square is also a parallelogram where all the sides are equal. This brings us to the conclusion that a square is also a rhombus. You know the question that follows, right? So let me just ask it. Are all rhombuses squares? I'm afraid that's not possible, because for a rhombus to be a square, each of its interior angle must be a right angle. So basically, squares are special rhombuses where each interior angle is a right angle. So, now that we have got quite some clarity about trapeziums and parallelograms, it's important that we address a common confusion. Some people consider parallelograms to be trapeziums, whereas others say that no, they are not. What do you think? Can parallelograms be considered trapeziums? Well, the answer lies in how one defines a trapezium. We define trapeziums as quadrilaterals having one pair of opposite sides parallel. Here, the implied meaning is at least one pair of opposite sides is parallel. So basically, for a shape to be a trapezium, the conditions are A. The shape must be a quadrilateral, and B. It must have at least one pair of opposite sides parallel. So, following these conditions, all parallelograms, including rectangles, squares, and rhombuses, are trapeziums because each of these shapes is a quadrilateral, and in each of these shapes, at least one pair of opposite sides is parallel. But for some people, trapeziums are quadrilaterals having exactly one pair of opposite sides parallel. Exactly one pair, not at least one pair. We know that parallelograms do not have exactly one pair of opposite sides parallel, because by definition itself, parallelograms are quadrilaterals having both pairs of opposite sides parallel. Thus, using this definition, we cannot consider parallelograms as trapeziums. You may have studied this definition in your previous classes. However, as you go deeper into the subject, you will realize that the more accepted definition is the former one. So, for us, trapeziums are quadrilaterals having at least one pair of opposite sides parallel, and hence all parallelograms are also trapeziums. It is very obvious then that all trapeziums cannot be parallelograms. Only those trapeziums can be parallelograms where both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Moving on, let's discuss a different type of quadrilateral now. Say this one. Remember what we call it? Correct, a kite. Pretty obvious why it is named so. Now, in a kite, no pair of opposite sides is parallel. So, it is neither a trapezium nor a parallelogram. Kites are actually special types of quadrilaterals having two pairs of equal adjacent sides and unequal opposite sides. Like in this kite, these two adjacent sides are equal and these two adjacent sides are also equal. And these two opposite sides are unequal and so are these two opposite sides. Following the same logic, this one's a kite and this one is also a kite. But what about this one? Well, it looks quite like a kite, but here there are 5 sides, whereas a kite is a quadrilateral. That is to say, it has only 4. So no, this one is not a kite. Whoa! This video was full of information. We recapitulated the different types of quadrilaterals, and I'm pretty sure that you have gained more insight into the different shapes than you did in the previous classes. Now, some of the shapes that we discussed today will be covered in detail in the coming videos. But which shapes would they be? Who knows? Let's quickly summarize and rush to the next video to find out. Till then, keep learning and keep growing. So, in this video, we discussed the different types of quadrilaterals and what differentiates one from the other. We saw that quadrilaterals can be general and they can even be special. General quadrilaterals have no recognizable properties, whereas special quadrilaterals have distinct and easily recognizable properties. Under special quadrilaterals, we have trapeziums and kites. Trapeziums are quadrilaterals having at least one pair of opposite sides parallel. They can be scalene and they can even be isosceles. And kites are quadrilaterals having two pairs of equal adjacent sides and unequal opposite sides. Now, parallelograms are quadrilaterals having both pairs of opposite sides equal and parallel. Since they are quadrilaterals having at least one pair of opposite sides parallel, they fit the definition of trapeziums. Now, rectangles, squares and rhombuses are all special parallelograms. A rectangle is a parallelogram where each interior angle is a right angle. A square is a rectangle where all the sides are equal, and a rhombus is a parallelogram where all the sides are equal. Since all these shapes are parallelograms, they are also considered as trapeziums.